you guys can see, we are joined by some special guests in here, some tall guests too. So that means one thing: we got some ballers in the building.
Yes, sir.
We are
Yes, sir.
We are delighted to be joined by the Sac State men's basketball team. And representing the Hornets, I'm going to introduce them to you. We're going to start off over here. We have junior Julian Bonds.
Yes, sir.
And right next to him, senior Jacob Holt.
Yes, sir.
Jacob is probably the only person on earth that makes me look like I'm 4 feet tall. And, of course, over here right next to Matt, we have the head coach, Michael Zeppel. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys for being on here. You could be anywhere on a Sunday, and you decided to spend your Sunday with us, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right, well, let's get into it. First things first, you guys are coming off a 3-game winning streak. You opened up Big Sky play yesterday with a big victory. Kind of on a roll right now. What is working so well for this Hornet basketball team?
We're just getting better. We've made a commitment to get better every day, and the guys are pretty bought into that. So we've won 3 in a row, and we've had 2 or 3 weeks of really good practices while school's been out, and the guys are really enjoying their basketball. So 2 more home games this week, and excited to try and keep the momentum going.
Now, Jacob, I'm going to brag on you for a second. He is the reigning conference player of the week. And he just notched his 2nd straight double-double in yesterday's win.
Yep.
What is it about right now and the court that is coming so easy to you at this point in the season?
I just think it's the pace of the game, right? I think as a senior, you kind of slow down, understand the game and stuff like that. So it's just, again, taking stuff 1 possession at a time and really leaning on my teammates for sure to help me out.
Julian, Jacob says pace. Coach says momentum. 2 very specific basketball terms, right? Momentum is such a big deal, whether it's in a game or in a season. What is it about, like, the momentum that you guys have built that has gotten you to this point where you're, like Kevin said, a 3-game win streak?
Well, I think it's just every day our approach in practice, starting with our head coach, just his organization to take us through just a very detailed practice every single day, I think prepares us for games and having just a good crack at each opponent, each game. And now we've started to build that momentum as the season has strung along. So I'm just very excited to continue to play in conference. So.
And Coach, just because basketball is a fast-paced game doesn't always mean the development is fast, right? You stepping into this position, taking over, trying to build, and getting to this point. What has it been like for you just these last, not just a few months of the season and preseason and practices, but even before that, taking over from a good friend of ours, David Patrick, and just taking the Hornets to the new era of Hornets basketball?
Yeah, and it takes time, and it's a big lesson for young players to understand. You don't know when your development will spike. You don't know when your team's development will spike, but you have to stick with it. And we speak about that a lot. Just move on. You got to stick with it, and they have. They've done a really good job with that. So hopefully our best basketball is still in front of us, and we're excited to play conference hoops.
And this is the team that made a really deep conference run last year in the conference tournament. You guys made it to the semifinals of that. How do you embrace, the pressure or the target that may come with having that successful run last year and hoping to replicate that, if not exceed it, this season?
Yeah, I mean, again, just I think building upon that momentum that we started last year, and I think just taking on one of the words that we talk about in our program is just bravery. So just taking on the challenge every single day, not knowing exactly what's on the other side, but just knowing that if you just are with your guys and with your staff behind you, you know that you just really have a good chance to make it far.
And we're a very different team to last year. These are our 2 eldest statesmen of the team, but we are kind of young as well. We played 2 freshmen and 5 sophomores, so we've got these 2 older gentlemen here with us tonight. We do have a lot of younger guys who are developing through the program right now, and they've come along great, and they're really helping us.
I think I'm curious, when you look at this roster and this team, you guys come from all over the place. How do you guys bond so well with each other?
Yeah, I just think, again, we have guys from Australia, Finland, and places like that. So, again, I think it's the style of basketball we bring, and I think the stuff we've dealt with through our lives and the challenges we faced as all internationals. Like we have, again, locals like Julian to help us out, but again, it's like those challenges we faced, we could address them together and as a team, which brings us really close for sure.
And Julian, we know you're from Oakland. They love to hoop in the town, right?
No doubt,
But here
no
in
doubt.
Sacramento, this is a basketball town too. What have you experienced just taking your game here to Sacramento with whether it's the Kings being here, Sac State and UC Davis basketball, UOP just down the street with Stockton? We live and breathe basketball here in this city. How has that experience been for you?
I think it's been nice. It's been easy transition because I feel like in the Bay it's a sports town, especially basketball with the Warriors. But I feel like the same love up here in Sacramento as well. And I feel like it's also like a growing feeling. I feel like maybe in the Bay it's already been established, but I feel like it's more so growing here. I think with the Kings also winning again, but yeah, I just feel the love of the city and the sport. So it's good.
If you just look at your goals and objectives for the season and what it is you're trying to accomplish, what would you say that is?
Yeah, I think just coming together as a team. I think biggest thing, it's all about us at the end of the day. Who we play doesn't really matter in the sense of if we do what we do, and if we bring that on the floor, then we will have a success.
Well, that is awesome. That is awesome. And if you guys want to check out the Sac State men's basketball team, they actually have 2 more home games during this 5-game homestand. So be sure to check them out in the Nest. It is an incredible place to go and watch basketball. It's intimate. Every seat is a good seat. It is loud in there.
It's very loud in there.
Yeah, it is very loud. So you would definitely enjoy yourself in the Nest. So please definitely check these guys out again. Once again, the Sac State men's basketball team. Coach Zepp, we really appreciate you guys coming on the show.
Thanks for having us. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Great.
Julie and Jacob, we really appreciate you guys as well, and we wish you best of luck the rest of the season. So,
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
absolutely.